I have been more ready than this current moment. Well, I mean, I could be more ready. My hair's not done. I got this little peacock thing that's going on right now, but I just woke up like this. It's just curly
Luke,
and
the peacock.
the peacock. It sounds a peacock make.
Yeah.
Doom, doom, doom.
It's Friday in July, and there was about 50 big things that happened in the NFL yesterday. So you guys are about to get navigated violently. Aggressively. I'm just kidding. I don't drive cars for the Chiefs. Oh.
We here.
We steer
you in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GP. Yes. A larger pen today.
Yeah. You know, I think part of Ray Rice's punishment should be that he has to watch this show every
Ray
time
Rice?
we're live. Rashee RIce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ray Rice should have to watch too. Ray Rice should also have to watch. Anybody named Rice? Jerry?
Anybody?
Brandon? Rashee?
An
actual Rice should have to watch.
Like if Rice ever becomes sentient?
Make a bowl of rice, put it in front of GPS, and tweet us your photos of Rice watching GPS. Make it a trend that nobody will ever understand. But yes, Rashee RIce should have to watch the navigation system as part of his punishment.
So then watching the show is a punishment, you're saying?
I mean...
And what's clickbait?
For a lot of people.
We got a lot to talk about. Yeah. So yesterday, everything happened. TJ Watt became the highest non-paid QB in NFL history yet again. $123 million deal over 3 years with $108 million guaranteed. You had Rashee RIce. He's going to serve 30 days in jail within the next 5 years, right? Like you kind of get to cherry pick when it is.
He gets to pick when he does it. And
isn't that nice?
Yeah. Somebody said like they had one of their friends had a similar sentence happen to them.
Yeah.
And he just was serving jail every weekend and the whole friend group thought it was hilarious.
It's just like, oh, can you go out this weekend?
Nope, going to jail for 2 nights. Got to get my 30 days in.
Gotta go to jail. Sorry. Hey, CFL. On top of that, and we talked about this story. There's a few updates on some stories that we talked about. The second rounders, all the 30 out of 32 guys who were drafted who hadn't signed, now they're all starting to sign their contracts. So we got some updates on there. There's a bunch of folks who have begun to sign their contracts, including on the Cowboys, the Chargers, who we were just talking about. The Ravens are on there too. The Bears, I believe, there's one of their second round picks also signed. But on top of that, the NFLPA executive director, and we recently talked about this story, has decided to resign. And so while there was scandals of brewing, Pablo got another one. But while there has been kind of this, maybe there's a conflict of interest, and then also the collusion case and not really explaining it to the players and like really kind of giving them the full breadth of what happened with the arbitrator, he's decided to step down. There's no real process for this. They're going to probably try to find an interim executive director. But this does not make things look any better. And considering he's stepping down after this vote of confidence came out, what was that, last week we talked about that? Was that last week or early this week?
Like,
I guess that confidence was very, very short-lived.
He's good. He doesn't do a collusion.
No.
Yeah, this whole process is crazy. Like this is
season.
Look, if Pablo Torre ever calls you and starts asking questions about your life, run and hire a lawyer because he's batting 1,000 right now on scandals. So find his number and block him because he's coming for your ass if he calls.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on. Also, Mike, as was said before, Mike Williams retired. people were talking online. They're like, he did one day of Harbaugh and was like, nope, I'm out. I'm good. We've had a good run.
I'm good. Yeah. I don't even know what to, because and Von Miller signs with the Commanders. You have Jordan Addison took a lesser DUI charge. Rice, we just touched on. We'll get to those guys, but the collusion thing, I think this is the big boring story, because you're talking about the executive director of the NFLPA, which is already like, who cares? Like, okay, who cares? What the fuck's this guy doing? This suit, nobody cares about what's going on. But what happened was, like, this story came out because of the Deshaun Watson contract, right? He got the fully guaranteed, and then no quarterbacks after Deshaun Watson got fully guaranteed contracts. Pablo's reporting showed the investigation about that process. It showed that other NFL owners were like, yeah, let's make sure these guys don't get those same contracts. It was Dean Spanos of the Chargers and Mike Bidwell of the Cardinals kind of exchanging texts about the Kyler Murray and Justin Herbert contracts. Like, haha, look, we didn't pay those guys fully guaranteed. We're back to business as usual. The investigation basically showed their conclusion was, it looks like collusion happened, but we don't have enough evidence to prove collusion happened. And none of us knew anything about it until Pablo dropped that story. Within that story, we learned Lloyd Howell was appointed to be the executive director, and that he had some scandals at his previous job and whatever suit executive directing bullshit position he had at his previous thing. I think there was I just wrote it. Sexual discrimination. And that when he was voted on to this position, which was also a weird process that was kept in the shadows, according to Mike Florio, that the player reps who were voting for him didn't know about his previous scandals or whatever. And then once he was put into this position, J.C. Treader, who has also fucked up a bunch of times recently, was given a new job that did not previously exist within the NFLPA. So there's all these things at the top of the NFLPA, which represents all the players, and the people running it up there have done just essentially a bad job actually representing the players. And now, with Howell going out, it's like, is J.C. Treader going to be the next person out here? And what are the players going to do to actually get somebody who's going to represent them and their interests to the best possible, results with the NFL? So that's kind of why this is a big deal, because it affects all the players in the league, but it's also very boring.
Well, it's also because we talked about the also conflict of interest, right? Because he was kind of that was it. Another thing with Howell
firm,
with the equity firm who's trying to buy up minority stakes in the NFL. Which again, that's a little bit of a conflict of interest. And his quote was like, "Well, I'll make sure to make the right decision. I'll really think hard about it." Well, now he's not going to be thinking hard about it because he has resigned. Yeah. So he personally resigned. He said that it was just to kind of keep focus on the upcoming NFL season. Yeah. Now, again, the NFLPA is going to be scrambling a little bit.
Good today.
You can't fire me. I quit.
This is not fair to the players. I shall resign on my own merit.
But it's also like, what do you do now, right? They're going to have to find an interim executive potentially. Yeah. Again, there's no real outline for this because he was only in the position for 2 years.
Yeah. They need to elect someone who's not going to fuck around. Somebody who's actually going to fight for players. Like, that's what they got to find that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got to find that dude.
I mean, listen, with the NFLPA, I know, shock that there's some sketchy things that are going on and behind the scenes, but it's now, because even the way that they framed that report was that Howell told the NFL, like, that he told the players, like, hey, this is what's going on with the collusion case, but he didn't give them any materials. Like, he didn't really elaborate on it a whole ton. And again, with what was going on with the second round picks, it just seemed like the timing was very coincidental. And now ultimately he is gone. So NFLPA going to get some new leadership, and we'll see if it's going to be same old, or if there'll actually be some changes within the organization.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? There's a a newly minted CEO I saw from who went to a Coldplay concert that might be able to step in for this if he wants. He might be out of a job soon, so I don't know what kind of experience he has. I still don't really understand what that job was or what his company did, but it's nice when the internet can gang together,
right? Like if he's a good CEO, do you want him to go because of a cheating thing? But then you wrap in the fact that the CEO was cheating with the HR head. That's where it gets a little...
And the woman next to them was just promoted that week.
Haha. Bro, I'll take your promotion, but you got to take me to Coldplay.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't seem like a reward.
What a funny band to get outed by, too.
Yeah. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
I've never seen like that. That went viral. That might be one of the all-time most, like, for sheer speed. The speed in which that clip went viral. Woo.
And it was so amazing. First of all, the memes were great. Like you had like companies who were tweeting out about it, but the speed not only in which it happened, but the different takes of like people were following the wife and were like, she changed her last name on Facebook, and that was quickly like, oh my God, that's happening. Yeah. But then on top of that, to have all the memes coming out of guys going, dude, you should have just kept it cool. If you just kept it cool on the Titantron, nobody would have known. Nobody would have watched it. And other people are just like, the poor one. This is the easiest for a divorce lawyer ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Bro. And I got to say, I have never missed working for a company, but oh man, to be on that group chat, to be on that Slack chat, to be on that Teams chat, just that night, the next day. Morning, everyone. Hey. How was Coldplay? Woo! What time?
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Anyway, sorry. It's always nice when the internet comes together for a hot second and just says, here you go.
Even though we're coming together for someone's demise.
No, it's terrible. Yeah. It's awful. But hey, hopefully both spouses get lots of money. And, head of HR and CEO.
Hey.
A good amount. Yes. So, Mr. Relland, rookies reporting. That's coming. Football is getting closer and closer and closer because we're less than 7 weeks away now. I'm not mistaken if I did that math correctly from like the actual kickoff. But in addition, there are a bunch of second rounders who have started to sign. So I got a little list going on here. So Ezeraku for the Dallas Cowboys has signed. Trey Harris, who he was talking about last week, one who was holding out, he has signed his rookie deal. Mike Green from the Ravens have signed. Shamar Turner from the Bears has signed. And Mason Taylor, who just signed about 15 minutes ago from the Jets. And why this is important, and just to kind of recap why we were talking about this story. So 30 out of the 32 second rounders had not signed their rookie deals yet. And it was because they were waiting to get some more guaranteed money. And as we've talked about in the first round, you've had fully guaranteed contracts that have just been inching over and over and over until it's filled up the entire first round. And now you're starting to see fully guaranteed contracts in the second round. You had the Texans sign their second rounder. So it was the second overall pick in the second rounder, gave him a fully guaranteed contract. The Browns then did the same. And now this is why you hold out a little bit. So Ezeraku, 38% of his fourth year in his rookie contract is now guaranteed, 38% of it. And Mason Taylor, who just signed, 60% of his year 4 salary is guaranteed, which is a 55% increase from slot number 42 last year. So these guys are getting more money, right? And like that's
more guaranteed.
Yeah, right, more guaranteed money. So this is a pretty substantial update here. And I think you're just going to see more and more of this because now the precedent has been set that next year you're going to see more guarantees, especially in those fourth year deals. And hey, listen, they getting their money, but
and maybe the head of the next NFLPA will help the second rounders actually get fully guaranteed contracts.
Oh, Tate Ratledge also again. Thank you.
It's reeks of collusion. But yeah, the second rounders took a little longer to sign this year. That's basically what has happened. And now they're all signing because one man broke, said, I'm taking this contract, guys.
But it's are getting more
guaranteed. I got a little more.
Which again, like that, it's better than what they got last time, right? So like last year's for the Jets, number 42, 60% of it. Like that's a pretty substantial number. Like Azaraku getting 38%. Like it's just more guaranteed money for these guys. So this is not going to go away anytime soon. I think with NIL stuff and the fact that college players are getting paid, and on top of that you had this year as an example, and you had the first 2 players in the second round get fully guaranteed contracts, you're going to start to see, okay, the third one maybe next year, the fourth, and it's just going to go on, and we'll see kind of how deep it goes. But, wait a few years and we'll get third rounders asking for more guaranteed money. As they should. Also, your boy went to the Commanders.
I know, Vaughn.
How you feeling about it? Sean, shopping for new khakis for my engagement photos next week. Whose team is going to be better this year? Mine, Panthers, or my fiance's Steelers?
If you're buying khakis, I cannot believe you're not a Chargers fan, Junior.
What kind of khakis you buying?
I would buy leather pants, dude.
Don't do
Get
that.
some sick, shiny leather pants.
It's
for those engagement photos.
It's about to be August. Don't do that.
Find out if your fiance really loves you, Junior Nugget.
By getting
Show
leather
up
pants?
in leather pants, and if she leaves you, then it was never meant to be.
What color are the leather pants? This
Black.
matters.
Shiny black leather
I had
pants.
a feeling. Okay.
Get a sock for that bulge. Dude, I should be a stylist. Everybody knows it. I like assless chaps too, Jared. Nice suggestion.
Congratulations on the engagement photos. Whose team's going to be better? I mean, the Steelers are going to get 9 or 10 wins.
Nobody's picking the Panthers, Junior. I'm sorry.
So do you think
nobody's high on the Steelers? Nobody's picking your fucking Panthers. You know it. We hope. We're rooting for Bryce Young. We're pulling for the guy.
Assless chaps.
But nobody on earth is going to say the Panthers except for Panthers fans. Sorry, Junior.
Yeah. The Seahawks gave their first second round pick a fully guaranteed deal. Next player in the second round drafted is Judkins.
Bam. And Judkins is taking care of some legal business himself.
Because it's also, you have to seek out this information, because this is only getting reported every now and then of second rounder signing, because usually it's not that big of a deal. No, so I was just getting updates of oh, okay, this guy signed. So thank you for that update. Yeah, you're going to see more guaranteed contracts, or at least more guarantees in these second rounders contracts. That's the whole reason that they're holding out, right?
Yeah. RJ Harvey for the Broncos signed. So we.
Oh, did he fully sign?
Yep. RJ.
He got more money, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. He just, as soon as I saw a sign, I'm like, okay, that's all I need to see.
Don't care about
I really don't care what a second round rookie's guarantees are. For him, I'm happy, but God, do not want to be. I don't want that information in my brain. I just don't need it, Tom.
It's true.
Every time I learn something new, something old goes out. Old Homer Simpson taught me anything.
That's fair. So am I going to see you on Sunday and you're not going to know my name?
Hi, Bob.
Close enough, honestly. 3 letters. Fine. It's fine.
Bob Yahtzee. Welcome to Denver.
Yeah, I saw that. The CBS is canceling the show completely.
That's crazy. Late night TV is dying now.
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, we don't need this anymore. It has nothing to do with Colbert talking about the amount of money that his parent company is paying the government. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. But yes, we are all missing football.
We're gonna air reruns of Roseanne.
Yeah, that's right.
Just kidding. I'm pretty sure that was ABC.
Oh, Wilkins got put on the PUP list?
Yeah, Wilkins probably never gonna be healthy for the Raiders.
That sucks, man. That sucks. Yeah, because I know he was in a walking boot earlier this summer, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it sucks. That sucks. I do want to talk about Von Miller.
But that's where we were. I was like, what were we talking about?
I want to talk about Von Miller because I think it's so funny to see the different reactions to this, right? It's one, okay, Von Miller is obviously pretty old, right? You're probably going to use him as a rotational player, on third down, something like that. That's totally fine. But it's that damn, all right, Commanders are definitely not getting younger. But on top of that, it's damn, the Commanders they officially are a ring chasing team now, in which if you want to go to a contender, you go to the Commanders, which Commanders fans, congratulations. It's been a long road, a very, very long road to get here. But now you have players who are looking for one more run at a Super Bowl with your team. That's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Von Miller's going to do, but it feels pretty good.
Yeah, we actually kind of got this right. I said the two teams I thought made the most sense for Von were Detroit and Washington. And I think I don't think anybody knows exactly how much football Von has left in the tank. But there was a next gen stat that showed he had the fastest get off time of any edge player last year, 0.69 seconds. So he can still get off the line, get towards the QB. What's that?
I said rookie numbers.
Rookie numbers?
Yeah.
What?
Get off speed could be better.
Yeah. I said I can't take a list that doesn't have Justin Tucker as number one seriously.
There you go. There you go.
Anonymous.
If I have time in August. If I have time in August, it's just because I'm in the midst of a move, and the reason my hair is crappy right now is because I'm filming Coach.
Yeah. So I think if Von's a situational pass rusher, I think he has very nice value for the Commanders.
I agree.
Depth player, something happens to somebody else. Plus, they're the oldest team, and they were the oldest team in the league before Von signed. So now they're super old. Bobby Wagner, he played very well. He's 35.
He did. Bobby was good.
Zach Ertz had 7 touchdowns from last year. He's 34.
He did,
so we'll see. We'll see if it works.
I feel like the Commanders have done some things where I'm like, okay, because like I told you, like Deebo Samuel doesn't really move the needle for me, right? They're not getting younger on the offensive line, but like getting guys like Tunsil, but I think they're at least improving. And so now it's going to be, can they capitalize on this window when they have their rookie quarterback? Guess what? You still need to pay Scary Terry, because I feel like after this, like when I saw Commanders like sign, I was like, oh, is it going to be Terry McLaurin? And it wasn't. So that still has to get worked out in a whole bunch of money. And I feel like we were talking about this on Wednesday, the amount of money that he's asking for. So like around $30 million a year, he is getting older, right? Getting into his 30s. And so it's about the Commanders trying to mitigate that risk of him getting older, potentially dropping off. But I wonder if they can come to a kind of consensus like the Steelers just did with TJ Watt, because TJ Watt and the Steelers, they were a little bit at a standstill, right? Because TJ Watt wanted more money, wanted to get that extension. And I think a 3-year deal is like kind of perfect in that range where it's okay. Like, yeah, you're going to probably be done by the time this deal is done. And while he did get a crap ton of money, I think a 3-year deal and how many years he's going to be on the books, there could be worse deals. How do you feel about TJ?
What?
Yes.
I love him.
No, about the contract.
It was a necessity. They had to do it. Mm-hmm. He's earned every penny of that contract.
True.
He's a guy who says, I want to raise, and you go, oh, fuck. How much do you want, TJ? Here's the check. Give it to your agent, and then we will swallow whatever you send back to us. We're going to let this drag out for a while so people look like people think we're negotiating, but you just got to pay him. And he's like, if you're going to bring in if they didn't sign Aaron Rodgers, then maybe you could have believed for a second that the Steelers were actually ready to move on, right?
Yeah.
But no way do you go after Rodgers and not maintain like your best defensive player. So he was a necessity. That deal doesn't surprise me at all. I think it was the writing on the wall. What's funny is like now the Cowboys Micah Parsons just added more money.
What about within their division?
Yeah.
Look, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Trey Hendrickson and Micah are just like,
yeah.
Suck it.
Yeah, no, Micah Parsons just going up every day.
Yeah. The Cowboys just dragging that out. Like, I don't know what they're doing because they've made this mistake before. So you go, okay.
No, the Cowboys?
We've learned. Let's just get Micah's deal done earlier. Because had they done this 2 months ago or whenever, his deal would already be worse than TJ Watt's. Be like, oh, it's a little better than Watt's. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
It's pretty crazy that twice now he has become the highest non-paid QB in NFL history. Like that's a pretty crazy stat there. And I feel like for TJ, it's exactly what you and I were talking about. Like Adam Schefter was putting out, like he was really feeding the flames of, oh no, like maybe he's going to get traded. Woo! And I said it before. If TJ Watt got traded, then I don't know a lot about football. Like I would have seriously doubted everything that I knew about football, because I agree with you. If this was a rebuild year, right? Like if they were just rocking with like Mason Rudolph and they're like, all right, we're kind of just going to suck this year. Let's get an insane amount of value for TJ Watt. I could contemplate maybe this could happen, right? But considering they are loading up, they go and get Jalen Ramsey. They're paying him more money. They go and get Aaron Rodgers. They go and get DK Metcalf. They lose George Pickens, but like they are attempting to make a run. I don't know how successful that run is going to be, but a large part of that success is going to be based off of TJ Watt's play.
Yeah.
Right. So it absolutely makes like this was there's no shot that he was going if they were actually trying to be contenders. So
yeah,
it's true, Xavier. R.I.P.
If they had let Fitzpatrick go and TJ Watt go, it would have been very funny for Aaron Rodgers, but he's coming back. He got paid a lot. A lot of money.
He got paid a lot of money, and you were talking about the Cowboys. Like Micah Parsons, man, I don't understand. Like it's not like this is the first, you mentioned this is not the first time this has happened. It's not even the first time recently. Like this has happened really with Dak Prescott. And it's just like, man, like you got CeeDee Lamb, like you just got to sign these guys. Like, is there any shot that Micah Parsons is not going to be on the Cowboys? No.
He's going to either be on the Cowboys or they're going to send him to the Browns for a 5th round draft pick. It's like the Cowboys are the most unpredictable in terms of like what their front office is actually going to do.
Yeah, man, like it, because you would have to assume like Parsons is going to get paid more money than TJ Watt. He's younger.
Yeah. Yeah, he will reset the market for that position.
So guess what, Cowboys? Like, is when are you going to take the medicine? Is it going to be now or is it going to be later and it's going to be 10 times worse? Speaking of, what was the worst medicine that you had to take tasting wise? I hated Robitussin. Oh my God.
Oh, interesting.
You were a big Robitussin guy?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I take a lot of Robitussin.
I didn't really mind medicine. I was like, is this going to make me feel better? I'll swallow it.
Spoonful of sugar?
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, it's their year. But yes, TJ Watt gets paid. No shocker there. $108 million guaranteed.
Yeah. $1 million for every sack that he has produced.
Not money.
Pretty good. $1 million a sack.
On top of that, we got some other news.
Yeah.
Good. Which one do you want to jump into next?
Well, both of our enemies had bad driving. So Jordan Addison pleaded to a lesser charge of wet reckless, which I was like, that's not a real thing.
It's a thing.
That's a fucking typo, right?
Yep.
No. DUI?
Hepto.
You can be charged with a DUI or in Minnesota, wet reckless. Don't know exactly what that means, but he's got a year of probation.
Ooh, nice. Hell yeah.
Like a $300 fine. And after he completes a couple online courses, his probation probably goes to 6 months. And now with both Rice and Jordan Addison. So Jordan Addison had a DUI. Rashee Rice crashed. He crashed a car and his friend crashed a car in Dallas. They were both racing over 100 miles an hour. They both got their hearings were on the same day or 1 day apart, whatever. And now we're just waiting for the NFL to announce its suspension for Jordan Addison, probably around 3 games. And then Rashee Rice, I think it's got to be at least 6 if they're going to follow their own personal conduct policy. But we know that they don't actually always follow that. So I feel like we're going to be living in a weird world where Jordan Addison gets a 3-game suspension and somehow Rashee Rice, who actually crashed a car, who we all watched because there's video of it, gets just 2 games because he plays for the Chiefs.
I don't know if he.
And then you and I can determine which team is actually more connected to Satan.
See, here's what I think you and I can both agree upon. Okay, reckless driving by both our rivals, right? Minnesota Vikings and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't think if this example has proven anything, I think that there's just something deeply wrong with both organizations. And I think that since it's both teams, one AFC, one NFC, if you just remove both teams, right? All their players got to go, within the division. And by within the division, I mean to the Broncos and the Packers. I don't really see anybody disagreeing with that just because it's for the protection of the public and also the players that are still on the roster. So I think that the only thing that you could do is dissolve the team, give the best players to the Packers and the Broncos, and hopefully we can move on from this. Hopefully. I don't see a problem there.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I love the justification of Chiefs fans. Of Chiefs fans, no, he should get less suspension because he was honest about it after he fled the scene. He did admit he was guilty after he fled the scene.
That's what you do for a 5-year-old.
After he killed did you break the vase? Or multiple people, he did say, "Oops, my bad." Fuck off. He should, whatever the max is, Rashee Rice should receive. You think driving 120 miles an hour on a highway isn't fucked up? A year or two after Henry Ruggs killed somebody?
Bro.
I don't know.
I think it's also... you
guys already got the favor, okay? Both he and any of these cases that don't go to the commissioner's exempt list, that they just get to play through it, you already caught the break. And you're lucky Patrick Mahomes took justice into his own hands, Chiefs fans, because he kind of did get punished last year because his own quarterback took his ass out. But it's a fucked up thing to do. And yes, he's trying to be better. I'm all about second chances and people trying to be better, but
just not with the Chiefs and Vikings.
No, just not with the Chiefs. Very biased against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
they should be whatever the max punishment is, double it.
Double it. Yeah.
Especially if they've won a Super Bowl in the last 5 years. They've won 3, so triple it.
Okay. Let's just say it was a 6-game suspension, right?
Sure.
Would you have that to 3 if Patrick Mahomes had to take the suspension?
Nah.
No.
I think I would take 3-game suspension, but it had to take place in the postseason.
Hey, it's just in January. Cam, yeah, I don't disagree with that. It's going to be very difficult to get fully guaranteed contracts for a majority of players because, one, it's like you said, the injury. On top of that, just the success rate of these players, and the draft is such a crapshoot. And also owners they don't want to give up more money. So
yeah, I said as a fan, you should not want fully guaranteed contracts because it gives your team flexibility to get out of bad deals and deals that don't work out. So,
oh man, that looks terrible. What's that from again?
It's a smash door. My door got me.
Wasn't this weeks ago?
Yeah, I think it's gonna fall off. It's raised.
And I'm gonna wake up on Sunday
growing underneath it.
And it's gonna be right next to my eye when I wake up, and you could be
I'm gonna put it on your pillow. I'm gonna put that nail right on your pillow.
It's gonna be underneath a tooth fairy kind of situation.
I'm gonna dip it in milk before.
It just sounds mean. So that's it. Barstool going into F1, the douchification of sports media. Well, I mean, I think that I honestly didn't even know they went into F1. That's how much I'm paying attention to what Barstool does.
FS1, not F1.
Oh, I thought they were going into racing. That's yeah. I was like, oh, I really didn't hear about this. I was like, maybe they saw the new Brad Pitt movie and just really got into it. I don't know.
Barstool Sports is just going to cover Brad Pitt from now on. So FS1 this week, they canned 3 shows: Breakfast Ball, The Facility, and Speak.
Yeah.
We're like, holy shit, they cleaned house. And then the news started to trickle out that one, Dave Portnoy was going to become a host on their Big Noon kickoff, so their college program, which will go toe-to-toe with McAfee and ESPN's college program. But then to fill in the void of the 3 shows they canceled, now Barstool's going to have a 2-hour live show on FS1 every day that Barstool will produce. Will be a rotating slew of hosts. And
when
I
are
think,
you signing with FS1?
What's that?
When are you signing with FS1?
I told people to subscribe to my channel so I don't have to ever sign with FS1.
Fair.
The bastard of sports, daytime sports talk.
It's fair.
This is like, I think if you just had Pardon My Take every day on FS1, it would be perfect. But Pardon My Take only airs 3 days a week, right? That's 3 days a week. They do a 2-hour show. If you ask a show that's very good like that to go 5 days a week, then the show just gets shittier, right? Like,
sure,
that's 4 extra hours every week. You're trying to talk about bullshit. So that was my concern, that they were going to wear like their one flagship show that's actually still very good out.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a rotation. I don't know what that show is going to look like. I think it's a win for FS1. Their programming gets better, I think. Maybe John Gruden gets involved. Like maybe Gruden's on like every Thursday. I don't know how they're going to do it. And Barstool's going to make money from it, but I don't feel like it's necessarily a thing Barstool needed. But you know, it's just another, it feels like it's a move where FS1's trying to get ahead of the curve and they're kind of looking the wrong direction, but who knows?
I feel like to that comment, I understand what you're going for too. I feel like it's Barstool has already like this dedicated fan base, right?
Yeah.
And now that's why FS1's like, hey, we want to bring that over to us so we can have more eyes on the product.
Yeah.
And I think you could very much have a conversation about, because I don't know. I feel like it is more attractive to like casual viewers, right? It was just like, oh, okay, it's kind of like it's an easy entry point for someone who maybe like doesn't know about, a particular sport, and they're able to get in because the atmosphere that's created is kind of like, all right, I don't need to do a ton of homework and able to get into it. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go on FS1. I don't think about FS1 a lot unless they're in the news for some crap that they got into. Like that's the only time I'll ever pay attention to anything FS1.
Yeah, there was because I did a video about it this week, and the YouTube channel, The Facility, which was one of the shows that got canceled, it used to be the Undisputed YouTube channel. So it's Skip and Shannon, right? Basically Undisputed. They built a big following because of Undisputed.
Yes. Because
I was like, how the Facility build a YouTube channel of 2.6 million subscribers? And then I was like, oh, this is, they baited and switched. They turned that into The Facility. And somebody was like, after you pointed that out, I realized I was subscribed to The Facility YouTube channel, and I just assumed that I had done it one day without thinking about it. And then I realized that it used to be Undisputed. So, there was no built-in audience for any of the shows that they had. And those shows were all axed because this guy, Charlie Dixon, who worked at FS1, he got the boot for a whole bunch of bullshit, sexual harassment. It was part of that sexual harassment lawsuit that was filed against him and Skip Bayless, all this other stuff. So it feels like FS1 was just cutting ties with anything he had created. Now they're bringing in, Barstool already produces shows. They're going to produce a little more, and it feels like their time slot. So anyway, they're slowly dying. Like it
is dying. I mean, like the sports media in of itself is just dying, and we're especially traditional.
No tradition. Yeah. It's just different now.
Well,
you have to do it yourself.
The good news is that it'll especially on YouTube, even though a lot of those companies then go to YouTube and try to dominate those spaces. But I feel like maybe in recent years that hasn't been as successful. But I think you have seen over the years a lot of companies throw a lot of money at either personalities or former athletes or what have you to be like, oh, okay, there's this huge surge of former athletes or coaches or what have you that got paid a crap ton of money. I mean, look at Bill Belichick, right? He got paid a crap ton of money last year, right, to go and host a show. That show's not around no more. And I feel like you're just seeing this trial and error. And what is going to be the most attractive for a lot of these companies are people with already built-in fan bases, right? Or built-in brands that they go, okay, we can throw a bunch of money at them, and then we already have a dedicated audience. I think that's what's going on with the whole Barstool FS1 thing and that combination, because there is just this constant battle for people's attention. And if you're not on the winning side of that, you're losing money. So,
yeah. It's
the good news is that there's so many different options now for people.
Yeah, but the other part of that, the upside is like, okay, so Pablo Torre, who is no longer at ESPN, right, is doing his own thing, and now he's digging into stories without anybody telling him how to do it, and he unlocked one of the biggest NFL news stories this offseason. So it's every change like that, there's give and take. We'll see what happens in the next 5 years and 10 years, and who the fuck knows. I'm happy we started doing our shit when we did. Like, it's...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, Bailey, right? It was this surge of like, okay, you had... I mean, look at Tom Brady, man. Like, Tom Brady, I will also say, I don't have as much info because I don't listen to Tom Brady commentate because I watch the games on mute because I'm mostly streaming all of the games. But the consensus on the internet is that he's not very good, right? But they gave him a crap ton of money.
A $300 million deal.
Crap ton of money. He is making more than triple what TJ Watt is making, right, to be a commentator. And at the same time, the idea is like, oh, if people love Tom Brady, they are going to watch the game on this channel just because of Tom Brady. Which I don't know how many people are following commentators around. I feel like people are just watching games and then discovering, oh, these commentators are good or these commentators are not good, and I'm going to mute them, right? Like, that's, I feel like, the process. But because you had like these major athletes who had all this success, they were getting these big time deals. You had other networks go, well, okay, there's at least the perspective of an athlete who's played, right? So you've had like these quarterbacks that maybe have not had a ton of success, but they've been in the NFL for a while. And so because of that, they have a perspective on the game that maybe the layperson does not. And I can understand that, and that could create some interesting content. The problem is when you got a whole bunch of these players now who have these platforms, it's just oversaturated, just like sports media was oversaturated when Perna and I started. Right. When I started Patcast in 2015, it was already oversaturated. And now we're 10 years down the road. And so now it's just different flavors of like, what's that going to look like? People are looking for that next McAfee, right? That is going to drive audiences to their platforms. And until they find them or not, they're going to keep throwing money at things until things work. Or they don't.
Yeah, I disagree. I think people do watch NFL games for the announcers. There are so many people I talk to on a daily basis who are just Iron Eagle heads. We're the Iron Eagle fan group here. We watch the games because of Iron and now his son. So we get a double dose of Eagle every Sunday, and that's why we watch the game, Tom.
You wouldn't watch it otherwise?
No. Without Iron Eagle, I wouldn't watch shit.
There you go.
Dude. Collinsworth, give me more. Give me more Collinsworth. Tony
I
Romo?
will say,
yes, please.
In terms of like dedicated,
I hope Romo calls more Cowboys games.
More Joe Buck. But like Scott Hansen, I feel like is an interesting one, right? Because when there was that rumor that he was not coming back to Red Zone, there was a good amount of people that were not happy about it. And that makes sense, right? Like it's commentating, but it's also a different product entirely because people will just watch Red Zone for, 7 hours. No longer commercial free. But 7 hours because it's just like, hey, I get access to the most amount of games possible. So I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, that people are not fans of commentators. I feel like there are just companies that have overestimated overvalued. Like, hey, no, that's not the reason why people are tuning in. Okay, right. We got at least Hold on. What's the list?
There's tons of good. Kevin Harlan's great.
We're close to 10 now.
To be very clear, I think Noah Eagle's also very good. I think I saw somebody say nepotism. I don't know if they're talking about Noah Eagle, but I think Noah's very good. I like Iron Eagle. But it's what sucks about the Tom Brady thing is Greg Olsen is unequivocally better than he is at talking through a football game. Greg Olsen's probably right now the best former player that is also a color commentator. And he lost his number one spot to Tom Brady, who might get there. Like anything, it takes reps, it takes time. But I listened to some of the Brady stuff, and I think I've mentioned it before. His actual vocal cadence is what bothers me. Sometimes he sounds like Sergio Dip to me. Do you remember the Sergio Dip clip? When he's like, Vance Joseph is out here having the time of his life. Like he was struggling to find the words to say what he wanted to say because English is his second language. Yeah. And sometimes I fucking feel like that's how Tom Brady's talking through a football game.
Because it's actual. I mean, we are not comparing ourselves to Tom Perna. Might be. We're not comparing
that motherfucker at football too, Tom.
Yes, you're a better football player than Tom Brady, Brandon. It's a skill, right? Like if you have never done it before, when I started streaming in 2018 of like actually streaming game, bro, I sucked. There's a good argument that I still suck, but I got better, right? And it's just because now I stream every primetime game and Packers game and playoff game, and it's just you get into a cadence, you get into a rhythm, you learn more about the teams, learn more about the players. So I don't disagree that Tom Brady could get to that point. It's just that's a lot of money to throw at a guy for the reputation, hoping that he's going to be good, and you have not heard him speak about football games.
His commentating career is starting just like his quarterbacking career. You don't know how good he really can be at it, right? Like he came in, he won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, and he was basically an elite game manager those first two seasons. Rookie, just didn't make mistakes. He was fine. He was fine. Tom Brady became Tom Brady later. Some guys go into that booth like John Gruden, and you're like, fuck, this guy's good immediately. You're like, he's got the personality. He can say things in an interesting way. He's got the knowledge of the game, and Tom Brady has the knowledge of the game. And once he develops like the delivery of it, maybe he'll be good. But also, Tom Brady's never been like a personality where you're like, oh, this man is fascinating.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's never been like, ooh, that personality is just booming. I want to hear more of that man talk. Sure. Gruden was always like that. You're like, I could listen to this guy talk football for hours.
Because it's the way that it's delivered, but it's also like I had in high school. Let's go back to in high school. I had a really, really like brilliant physics teacher. Was a dog crap teacher, like could not teach, knew all of the stuff, like literally knew everything about physics. But when it came to like teaching it and translating it for students and making it digestible, not so much. Right. And again, I think that there are people who come in with like a breadth of information. There's like, wow, okay, they really know their stuff. And I think a lot of former players know their stuff, but it's also translating that in an entertaining way, or at least in a way that complements the person that's next to them in the booth. Yeah. Right. So that you can create kind of this nice fusion. Ashley would fit it.
See, I want a player who doesn't know their stuff up there.
Yeah. Who just like never watched
in the booth. Like, yeah, that was a good throw. And I wish I could tell you why, but I never studied the film. He zipped it in there, huh? Really zipped that ball.
Oh, wow. That ball went fast.
Really zipped it. Oh. I think in 5 years, people will be like, dang, Brady's actually pretty good at this.
And he might be, because I think like he can get really good.
He works. Like, he's going to put in the effort to be good at it.
Sure.
It's just not a immediate, oh, yes, great move, Fox.
Mm-hmm. What's up with the lore? Filming all day yesterday. The first 10 minutes are edited. I'm filming all day today. That's why my hair is currently like this, because I need it to be messy. Tomorrow. Probably tomorrow night, but tomorrow night, episode 1 will premiere. I got you.
Episode 1 of what?
Season 6 of Coach.
Oh, I thought it already premiered.
No, I've been working on it nonstop.
Get off my lawn.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I feel like we haven't played that one in a little bit.
I can't get
I can't get up. Yeah, but that's exactly, Alex. That's why like a platform like YouTube, right, can be great, because if you were like, hey, I see a gap in sports coverage about a certain niche, like you could go and create content if you want to, or you could find someone who a creator that you vibe with that actually fulfills that niche. But that's what makes it cool. The problem is like YouTube, just like every other place, it's so oversaturated with people that there's things that you need to do to really stand out.
Yeah, it gets harder every year.
It does get harder every year. But I do find that if you have consistently good content, right, you're usually able to break free from the noise a little bit. So yeah, it's difficult, but it's possible.
Yeah, you got to hook somebody, and then you got to deliver when they do click on your video. If you don't deliver, you're gonna die. You're gonna die a slow, painful death.
Well, McAfee has made tons of changes within ESPN and even how ESPN has operated. Like I feel like when McAfee first announced that he was going to ESPN, because it was like right before 30 and 30, like the backlash that he got from his own fan base was like, oh man, like you're a sellout, you're not going to be able to curse and all this stuff. I feel like now, a few years into this, McAfee has made more changes to ESPN than ESPN has made to the McAfee show.
Yeah.
Like I would say that's a pretty fair point. I mean, just the amount of what they've allowed on the network. And I think that just also shows like the power that some of those big time creators have, because, hey, you want our audience to sell ESPN bet to, you're going to have to let us do like what we want to do. Because if you're new to the program, it's not going to be, it's not, you're going to alienate not only our fan base, but others as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know he did the home run derby, but that's like Stephen A. Smith, right? We talked about this a few weeks, Perna made that whole video too, is doing everything, right? Yeah. So yes, I do think that there is a risk of oversaturation, but networks don't care, man. Like they are just going to drain every single dollar out of that they possibly can of value. And then when it's done, it's done. Call them both games. Perna's a better basketball player than Brady.
Damn right I am.
You should have went and played those young kids after they called you.
Get that old guy to play.
That old guy over there.
Nope. You bastards.
Not yet. AAA. Not yet. I desire sleep a little too
He'll
much.
get there. We'll find villain Grossi one day.
I don't know, man. If I'd have like just a good nap, I feel like I won't turn into a super villain. Just like and I'm not even talking about right now, like a year from now, if I'm able to have like a really nice nap, I'll be good.
Maybe just like a troll. It'd be like you'll morph into a troll. A reclusive troll out in the woods. Yeah.
Oh my God. I would love to be a hermit.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so great.
That's what I see happening.
I would love to be a hermit. It'd be so nice. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, there are some platforms that are showcasing folks who know what they're talking about. Do
you mean Deion Sanders? Deion Sanders is entertaining, but go watch Deion on the NFL Network back in the day. He was fucking terrible.
I've done that.
One of the most lazy analysts I've ever watched on television.
Have you done this, Perna? I have done this. Like, I've come home and I've left the keys in the lock, and then I've just like gone to sleep.
No. I don't do that shit.
I've done that.
I get annoyed because
don't murder me.
My keys don't get put back in their place.
That's right. I'm filming right after this, so that's why. I'll make sure. I get there. Papa, what do you got coming out?
A video about everything we talked about today.
There you go. That's
bam.
Yeah. Dude, the WNBA too, like, yeah, they have been getting a lot more coverage, right? And like, obviously, like Caitlin Clark and the kind of pushing it a little bit more has helped a ton. But yeah, everyone's trying to develop the next big thing. And you're going to see more money that's going to be poured into it, especially with advertisers and sponsors, and it's going to be getting more airtime. That's it. We'll see. esports, I feel like, has been to dedicated places, right? And it's been more like
Yeah.
online than like with networks. But yeah, the one thing I might disagree with Perna is I agree that Brady works. And if Brady really wanted to, he could get really good at commentating. I don't know if he really wants to.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Going on, and like he is constantly doing other things. I don't know if this is even a priority for him. And that's not, I'm not trying to like knock on Tom. I legitimately don't know. Like, I don't know if he's just like, man, I really wish I didn't sign this really long contract to be a commentator. But I don't know if he wants to do other things. But then again, he's getting paid how much money? $300 million?
300 mil. Well, 300 million over 5 years or something.
Yeah, he's getting paid a good amount. I thought he did like a 10-year thing.
Yeah. He's been out in the public a lot the last year. He's done so many appearances and different things. Like, I think he wants the attention too.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't. There's no like Super Bowl though, right? You get to call a Super Bowl if you're really good at commentating, but I think he needs that tangible like thing to work towards.
Like that goal.
Yeah. And also he needs more people telling him he sucks. So if you want to see him do well, tell him he sucks at talking.
The best thing, like, if you are a network exec and were surprised by anything that Shane Gillis said, then you never watched Shane Gillis. And I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, there's people that are like, I can't believe this was on there and that he told this joke. Brother, like, have you never watched a Shane? And that was toned down significantly.
Do you watch comedy? I think like the NFL honors and the ESPYs are the weirdest place for comedians to try and host the shows, because
the people going to it are not going for a comedy
do
show.
not have a great sense of humor. If you don't realize, they don't like laughing at themselves that much in that setting. They'll laugh once they're retired, then they become cool. But it's it's an odd gig to host. I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
like
I thought some of his jokes were great.
I thought Norm Macdonald hosting, because back in the day when nobody really thought it was funny, was fucking hilarious.
Oh my God. Well, Norm is just a legend, man.
And why are we surprised by people trying to make jokes? Like, that's what the job is. Like,
how dare you?
Oh, I don't like it. It's just, we're in a weird phase where people love comedy as long as it's not a joke about the thing that they actually like. As soon as the joke's about something they believe in, then that comedian crossed the line.
I'm going to be
not whether
honest.
Or not they actually crossed the line. It's he joked about the thing that I'm not comfortable with.
The thing is that they get comedians to do so to make it more entertaining, right? And to like make it more to like casual audiences. I gotta be honest, dude, I don't even know the last time I sat down and watched the ESPYs.
No, I didn't watch it. I just saw the clips.
Yeah, I saw clips. Like,
that was a good joke.
I have no idea. Like, there's not too much of a draw to be like, I'm gonna go check out the ESPYs right now. Unless it's like, oh, someone like I know or like in this field that's like getting an award or is up for an award or something. Like, I'll watch for specific reasons. But was it the highest rated one? There you go. So maybe they're doing something that worked. Because maybe that was the hook that people needed. So that's why, right? Because like, oh, if you're a Shane Gillis fan, you're like, I'm gonna go watch this for Shane Gillis, and then maybe you decide to stay tuned in, and there you go. All right, so you got a video coming out about all this stuff?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Friday night Q&A tonight. It is the second to last one, the penultimate one in this house, because I'm not around next Friday. So only got one more after today. Tomorrow, it's been like 2 years, but Coach Season 6 will premiere. Then there's not going to be episodes for a little bit because I have to move, so you got to let me do that. But yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. But folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll have a live episode of GPS on Monday. Perna, Grossi in the same household, right?
That's
one
right.
chair. We're
one
sharing.
chair, one mic.
That's it. One chair, one mic. Maybe Maya will make an appearance. Maybe Jess will make an appearance.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Brandon's cats will make an appearance.
Probably not.
Honestly, Alex, that's all I want.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
People go, you know what the most sensual show in sports is? GPS.
Yeah.
Sensual.
Coldplay. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
You know, shit is
What?